I'm about to expose all my secrets and make enemies all at the same time.
Hey, done well.
Spread your wings. Nothing is impossible, believe.
What you mean?
If I can do it, you can spread your wings.
Do it.
Nothing is
Not having my eyebrow shaved is driving me mad. Let me just say. Let us talk everything money. Today, especially with everything that's going on, I really wanted to touch on the subject of finances. Now, I know that's a subject or that's a topic that's a little touchy for a lot of us, especially in a time like this where majority of us have either lost our jobs or don't know what our future holds. But I think this is really the time where it has shown us, one, the importance of saving and just having money on a side for a rainy day, as well as some of maybe the bad habits that we may have on a day-to-day basis with finances. Now, I must be very honest. I'm coming to you not as an expert. I'm coming to you as a recovering addict. Okay, I'm coming to you as a recovering brokenista. All right, I was one of the persons who did not save whatsoever. And when I say whatsoever, I saved nothing. I wanted to. I know that I should have, but I didn't. Okay, now if we're gonna talk money, let us take it back to the beginning. Okay, I've had quite a few jobs in my 25 years of life, and a lot of them were on the scale of midway pay to, I wouldn't say high-end pay, but for a young person, I was making a good amount of money, especially with a lot of factors that I lived with my parents and I did not have debt, I did not have any loans, I did not have any big major thing to pay back or any big bills. So when you straight out of school, majority of your money when you just start working should be going into savings. But I did not. I was living the high life, living the life that I was not supposed to be living. And as a result, for about 5 or 6 years of my working life or professional life, I did not have a savings. I literally had a bank account that had $0 and 0 cents. But I'm here to show you a lot of the mistakes that I made and a lot of the ways that I try to correct it to now present day. Financially, I'm in a much better position. I'm not at the place that I want to be. I want to have millions commas in that bank, hey, but I'm in a much better place to where I'm comfortable financially and I'm able to take care of myself and my household and still have a bit of a cushion for, especially now, the disaster and the uncertainty that's going on. So some of the tips that I have implemented in my life, and I'm going to be telling you all real life tips, okay? Like I said, I'm going to call some of you out on your bad habits. I'm going to call some of you out on some of the things that you just should not be doing, especially as young people and young women. Number one thing I would say, first and foremost, no matter what size your salary is, no matter what amount of money that you're making, in fact, no, let's start right here. You need to be making money, first of all. Here comes the calling out. Money does make the world go round. Love does, Jesus does, a lot of things does, but physically, and if we're talking logically, money does make the world go round. Money gives you access to a lot of opportunities, and it affords you the opportunity to take care of yourself, buy the things that you need, and advance in your career, in your life, and just create a life that is comfortable for you and live your best life, live the life that you like to live. So you need to be making some sort of income, some sort of money. So first of all, if you are in school right now, you're in secondary school, even in primary school, there are certain things that you can do either around the house, around your community, if you really and truly want to make money. There's always a way, and I think we need to start getting creative about how we create opportunities for ourselves. You're no longer in a world where people have to give you things. You can give it to yourself. So if you are in primary school, how about going about your neighbors or asking your mother, asking your grandmother, whoever you live with, as small as it is, even if it's $5, Let me clean your gutter for you for $5. You cannot have pride if you want to make money. You cannot be prideful if you want to make a better life for yourself. So go around your community, find something that you can do that will allow you to create or generate income. If you're in secondary school, there are a lot of girls I see now are modeling. Be careful with that though. They're modeling online for local boutiques. Maybe they do hair, they model hair, or if they crochet, they sell bathing suits, they make handmade soaps. There are so many things that you can use your talent for, even if it's helping somebody with their homework, or if you as a secondary school child want to babysit, or give lessons, help a younger person in primary school out for $10 a week, whatever it may be. You need to be generating income. And if you're a grown adult just sitting on your ass doing nothing, get up. It's time. Get up. So that's the number one thing. You need to be making money to be able to save money. Okay, so get a job, get something that allows you to create and bring in income. That's the first step. Number two, you do need to save. Contrary to popular belief, and in fact, contrary to my belief, you do need to save. No matter how small your salary is, no matter how small the amount of money that you're bringing in is, there needs to be some percentage that you take and you put away on a side. Now, everybody has different beliefs. Some people believe in bank accounts and only putting their money on a bank account so that it's easier or easily accessible, I would say, with a debit card. If there's an emergency, they could just take their card, take their money and go. A lot of other people, especially in our society, believe in credit unions. I myself have just gotten into the credit union thing, and I think it can be beneficial in terms of interest and not paying as much money with the bank. Especially if you're going to get a loan later on in life when you want to either buy a car or whatever you want to do, go to school. It's easier to get a loan with the credit union when you already have money saved up there and shares accumulated. Some people don't believe in that at all. Some people believe my money is mine and I'm not going to trust any financial institution with the money that I make my hard-earned cash. So some people choose to just take their money and physically take out the cash. If they make $400 and they say, okay, this month I'm saving $50, that $50 going under the mattress, going in a little purse, they tie it in their waist somewhere, but they make sure that they have money on a side. So save, save, save. Now I'm telling you, I'm doing this, and it's something I'm working on myself as well, because when you have all the bills to pay and you kind of budget your money, even if you put the money on a side, it's very hard for you not to touch it. So you need to start practicing putting away something, even if it's $5. I beg you, try different ways. What I started doing, every week I would take whatever money that was in my purse. So if I have $10, if I have $20, that's what I would physically put aside. Then I opened another bank account. So I have two bank accounts with two cards. Well, the second one, but I have two bank accounts with two cards. One that I use mostly to just get my salary and take out and kind of do what I need to do. And the other one I dedicated solely to saving money. And if any emergency, that is what I'm going to use. I have not used that second bank account as much as I would want to in terms of putting money onto it, but I'm making strides to get into save. So like I said, I'm just like you. I'm not coming here holier than thou and be like, you know what, I have money in the bank, you better save. No, I'm really in this struggle with you. So save. Tip number 3 is prioritize. What does that mean? You need to know what is important to you and your money. At a job where I used to work long hours and I was making maybe about $350 EC every fortnight, which is nothing. That's peanuts. For some of you, that $350 is what you make in a month. Some of you even make less than that. But with as little as you make, you need to prioritize what is important to you. Do you want your lights and your internet and your cable on? Do you want your TV working? Do you want the basic necessities that you need in your house do you want your water to flow? I think you need to prioritize paying bills, or at least putting some money on the bills so that your house and your electricals and everything stays afloat. That is your priority. So the very first thing I do, and trust me, I did not always do that. I used to get my salary and I was rolling. I was young, wild and free. It was like, okay, where's the next bar? Let's drink, let's eat, let's fuck it up. But that was not helping me at all, because at the end of the day I had to end up either borrowing money, being back on my bills, not having a dollar to my name. I used to go out and have a good time, spend all the money, ball out of control, and then at the end of the day everyone goes home and stomach is stuck on her ass. And that's ridiculous. That's stupid. So now as a recovering brokenista, the very first thing I do as soon as I get paid, literally either the same day or the next day, as soon as I can, I pay my bills, no matter what. Another tip for you, I do not, or I try not to pay my bill in full. People may disagree with me, but for me and my household, I feel like the system is set up to make us feel. I believe the system was made for us to feel. So I do not pay all of my bills in full. No, gone are those days. I used to take pride in going to Lucille and be like, you know what, if my bill is $500, I'm going to put that full $500 on my account just to see it go zero balance, and you know, just I paid my bill in full. To go to a company that's making thousands, maybe even millions of dollars already on St. Lucian's Head. No, 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 no. What I do, and what saves me money as well, if my bill, let's say, is $400, I go to Lucille, I say hi, good day, and I ask the lady or gentleman, what is the minimum amount of money that I can pay that will prevent disconnection? And that's what I pay. Now I know it goes against the norm and it goes against what we are taught in terms of pay your bills, pay all your bills, you have a res on your bills. If there comes a time where there is an importance where I need to pay my bill in full, I will have that money to pay my bill in full, and I can do that. But think about it, if you're going to pay Lucille, right, unless there's something extraordinary that happens, you're paying electricity for the rest of your life. Whether you live with your parents, whether you live by yourself, you will always have a light bill. So why are you hustling to pay $500 or pay the bill in full when there's going to be a bill next month? Nope. So I roll it over. So if my bill is $400 and I ask what is the minimum that I can pay to prevent disconnection, thank you, and they tell me, okay, Miss Brown, it is $200. I'm going to pay that $200 and I will have $200 next that's going to roll over into the next month. Don't stress yourself out and say, how am I paying those bills? How am I feeding these children and still having money to do what I need to do? Do not pay those bills in full. Pay it up to the total where you can avoid disconnection and save that rest of money to be able to benefit you. These companies are not for us. You heard it here first. Tip number 4, I think it is. All right, so you know, 1, you need to get a job. You need to be having some kind of income to be able to spend income. 2, you know that you need to save, no matter how little, no matter what it is, you need to put money aside. 3, you know that you need to prioritize. So bills paid first, everything that's a necessity, you take care of that first. And then you go and party, then you go and skedaddle. And my pro tip, to not pay your bills in full, pay them just so that you don't get disconnected and let it roll over in the months to come. That can help you as well with saving money. My 4th tip is, for me, I like to look pretty, I like to look cute, I like to look sexy, but I like to do that on a budget. So after I pay all my bills and everything, the money that I have left for me to spend and for me to use, I believe in investing in what is important to you. So for me, small things like clothes, shoes, bags, that's not important. I will not spend a lot of my money on that. I'm going to get the cheaper route, okay, of all of those, save my money, and then I'm going to use that same money that was saved to go to do things that I enjoy. I prefer experiences over material things. I do not like flashy things. I mean, I could get a little diamond here or there, you know, the girl could get something nice, but that's not what I base myself on. I like to do things. So a day pass at a hotel, maybe a day trip to Martinique, a nice massage, facials, things like that. I believe in experiences, and that's what I spend my money on. Now, let me give you an example of what I mean in terms of investing in things that is important to you. If you believe that looking good is important to you and you want to spend your money on the finer things of life, you can do that as well. But if you are a struggling young person trying to make it in life, spending money on tickets to go to stupid shows, drinking rum, going out in the same bars, spending money on friends that maybe malpaling you in the first place is not important, right? So, exhibit A, all right? I'm exposing all my secrets to you. All right, look at this right here. Is it cute? Okay, cute, right? This is my work bag, okay? This is what I go to work with. For me, it's very much my style. It's very simple, very classy, very chic, but it is not expensive. I bought this at the Chinese store in town for $36. I've had it for about, not 6 months, maybe about 5 months now, and it's still going strong. And let me tell you,
Don't mind them.
when I walk in town,
Show them.
and you see me with my
don't
$50
say
bag, you will never
everything
know.
the girl
Some
have
women
made
is
in
from the
China,
Chinese, but I don't care. The point
The
is,
girl
it's
says she
clean,
have a cup
it's
from
fits my
China.
style, it's
Then she says she
classy.
have a
That's
spoon
not
from
important
China.
to me. This is frivolous. So that's example number one. The Chinese store in town opposite First National Bank is a gem.
China.
Okay, number two, inside of the bag, more for oils, ras oils, and so on. So for $2 only, okay, let me see if I have it there. For $2 only, your girl gets an assortment of fragrances. Okay, I only have one right now, but usually I have like 6 in my bag every day, and I change them based on my mood. Smells nice, smells the same. You get to choose, you get to pick. I buy these at Black Amigo. Look at the size. All of that is full. You get your oil in it, your fragrance in it for $2. So a lot of you are spending money on the wrong things. If you want to save, you need to find a way around it. Find a way around the system. These things are not important for you to be spending 80 something, $100 and something on a perfume. There are people who appreciate that, like my mother, and there are people who generally like their perfumes. If that's what you're into, go for it, spend your money on it. For me, I don't really care. So as long as it smells nice, if you all want, I can do a lot of my favorites for you also. I'll give you all like 4 examples of what I like. But yeah, Black Amigo next to MP Dags in town. I don't know what street it is. It's opposite Wet and Cold next to Fry Bar. You can get your fragrances for $2. You go back, you get your refill, and you can try different fragrances. Another thing that I go the cheapy route on is my clothing.
China.
Now, you know your girl likes a good outfit. You've seen on my page that I've done a lot of try-on hauls for y'all. I'll show y'all a lot more into my closet and as I find new things as well. But clothes is something I also do not spend a lot of money on. I believe there are too many Chinese sites
China.
for me to go around and spend $100 and something on Fashion Nova, $80 something on Pretty Little Things. No, this is a new one. I've never worn it. I got it recently here. This is, I cannot wait to wear that, so let me tell you all. So this is like a bodycon, you know, long dress, which I got for $5 on my Chinese site. All right, another example, this jumpsuit I think you'll have seen before. That I think I got for $3 online. I buy most of my clothes online. I don't shop in boutiques. I don't spend that money on ridiculous clothes. Hope you can see it. which ties in the front. It's long. It has a nice back out. I got that for $3 on a Chinese site. Another one, this my birthday last year. I wore this little number. Yes, I know I look like Big Good. They told me that the whole way. So I bought a yellow jumpsuit. That one was more, it's probably about $8. Now you have to be careful when you're on the Chinese sites. Look at the material, look at the reviews. You have to be very careful with it, but you are able to get good things, good clothing for a cheaper price. Do not sleep. Okay, so this was my birthday jumpsuit. You can see turtleneck, and then it has this side hair that goes here like that all the way down, and it was bodycon as well. And a final example, I haven't worn them together yet, but I got a 2-piece skirt and top set. You know, I was feeling margarita-ish. I was feeling like a Spanish girl. I got that as well, maybe for like $6 on that same site. So there's a specific site that I use that I go to all the time. I'm not going to tell you. Maybe when I get more subscribers. But I will give you all some examples down below as to some of the sites that you can shop at that will give you bang for your buck. You can get a lot of the clothing and you will be very unique for less money. So those are some of the ways that you can save money while investing in yourself. You don't need $60 sandals. Oh, for sandals, my shoes are far. I would take it for you if they were close. Sandals, I buy them either online as well, or yes, I shop at the Chinese store as well. China. Sandals for $20. I will buy a sale shoe for $5. The difference is how I style it and how I pair it. So you may see them from the Chinese store, but when you see me in one of those outfits with it, you'll be like, that girl really, that girl really sexy, she's standing out. You would never think to dress like that. You would never think to do that, because stereotypically we don't want to shop at those places, but really and truly those are the places that are the bargains for your buck. If you're looking to improve your finances, sometimes you have to bite the bullet. You have to let go of your pride and do some of the things that you want to do. Well, do some of the things that you do not want to do to be able to do some of the things that you will want to do eventually. So all of the things that I save money on in that aspect of my life, in terms of perfumes, bags, accessories, cheap clothing, I am able to save that money and spend it in other ways. And not caring about these frivolous things allows me to live that kind of lifestyle. So it's not that I'm making thousands and thousands of dollars, it's just that I'm cutting on my budget in certain areas so that in other areas I have more to spend. Get me? I think you kind of got the gist of what I was saying or trying to say to you. Again, it's coming from a very special place in my heart, people. Now we're really seeing the importance of being financially stable and financially solid. All right, until next time, peace.